Talk about Mexican Independence Day. We can call this Teddy Atlas here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You heard from the champ himself, knocking out the competition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And unlike our guest tonight, Coach Henry Garcia, we're simply knocking out the competition. Henry's in New York City, as you know, with his son, Ryan Garcia, the whole Garcia family. Come one, come all. And when you make it happen, it's going to be worth happening because my man's been chilling for a year. He's ready to explode. He's ready to pick up where he left off. And that's in good hands in the corner man with Coach Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest, Coach Henry. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice, Coach.
Hey, welcome, man. Thank you for this opportunity, Richard.
You know, it's a pleasure having you on. And I know I want to thank you right now because you know, it's fight week. You're in New York. I mean, you guys are at the press conferences. You guys are going to be at the weigh-in soon. You're doing a lot of media, a lot of meet and greets. I mean, your schedule from when you wake up is the same from when you go to sleep. And do you really sleep, Henry? When it's all said and done and you're home in your room, do you really get some sleep?
That's one of the main questions, bro, and a very important one too. You hardly get some sleep because your mind's always thinking, you know, and then you have these late things that happen, you know, like, you know, after all the media, after all the workouts, you know, we just finished working out. So it's kind of late out here and I still haven't eaten. So our day's always full. We rarely get to sleep, but you know what? It's for a purpose, and it's to be prepared and to win.
Absolutely. I can see the sacrifice and I can see the love, the rekindling of the love once again. And Ryan, I mean, I'm going to tell you this. Anytime Ryan comes in the ring, he's the opponent's worth a nightmare. Now, when he's laser focused and when he is silent, it's because everything is working inside. It's like a shot. It's like the Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. When Willy Wonka goes to sleep, those Oompa Loompas continue to go and go and go. And those brain cells of Ryan continue to go, go, and go. He's thinking of how do I prepare myself? What do I do in case I face adversity? When do I get to rest? When do I get to spend quality time with my family? Because whatever you tell him, Henry, I see his face light up as if to say, you know what? I trust you. I'm my own man, but I trust my pops 100%. When you hear that statement, how does that make you feel?
I feel great, man. I feel great because I've always told people, you know, I'm a father before I'm a trainer. And that's important for a son, for a fighter. You know, if the dad's helping, assisting with the corner. And that's why I became assistant. I don't know if you realize, but I was his main trainer at one time.
Yes.
But I stepped down, and the only reason why I did that was because I rather have that relationship with my son. Because when this is all said and done, hey, you have your son, he has me. You know, it's a beautiful thing. You know, if things go bad, you could lose a lot of years, father-son relationship. You could lose a lot of years. And to me, I don't need that. I don't want that. I'd rather have my son first and his career second, you know, and that's the way I feel. And I'm telling you, it's worked out like a charm because I'm in this corner anyways. I'm there anyways. I'm right there, you know, with Derek James or Eddie Reynoso. I'm right there, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like I could look at him. I don't have to say much. Just look at him. He knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking. And that is more valuable than getting, you know, the main spotlight as, oh, he's the main trainer. Bro, I've been the main trainer since he was 7 years old. My brother, he, you know, fortunately got him into his foundation. But once he was like 9 years old, 10 o'clock, 10 years old, I took over. And since then, I haven't stopped. So when trainers come around, they come and go. I love it because I know that, hey, I'm still there. I'm gonna always be there. And this is a good message to other dads because I've heard from other dad-son relationships, they don't even talk to each other anymore because of this.
Yes. Well, I will tell you this. As a father, a father's love is thicker than anything in this world, because a father is someone who will lay down his life without hesitation.
Absolutely.
And if he has two kids, the way I used to always think, because we have two kidneys, and I used to always say, if anybody
Sure.
ever needed one, I couldn't give them one, because I have two kids and I never know what they're going to need. Because if they needed them both at the same time, I'll tell everybody bye without hesitation, because that's
Bingo.
what we do as fathers. And as far as the title, that's just a title, Henry. You're his
Yeah,
trainer
bro.
when he took his first breath. And
Sure.
you're going to always be there until all these beautiful breaths that he takes and
Well,
everything, all these accomplishments, you're right there with him.
that's so true. And that's why I said that. I'm always going to be there anyways. You know, if things go bad in camp, things are, you know, sour at times, or things are good, I'm always going to be there. And he always looks and turns around and he knows, oh, my dad's here. Or his brother, Sean, you know. We're always there. You know, we're always so tight. Again, being on the spotlight is not always what you need to be at. You just need to always be by your son's side. That's more important than anything else, brother. Trust me. That's his championship belt right there.
Absolutely. I was just talking to everybody that I talked to, and I said this, and there's no disrespect to the WBA or who they're fighting for.
Right.
I said, there's two fighters today.
It's
They don't need
WPA.
the championship belts. Canelo holds them because he loves jewelry. Ryan
Sure.
Garcia doesn't need to pay a sanctioning body. He doesn't need a championship belt because he is the championship belt. He created that own mystique, that own aura about himself, where he is real. When you see him,
Right.
yes, he does glow. But you know what? He breathes like everybody else. He bleeds like everybody else. He's human, but he's able to withstand all these distractions and be mentally strong than a lot of people give him credit for, to continue to take that step of faith and do the things that he does under Henry, a massive amount of pressure. He continues to wake every day and give his best step forward.
And he still knocks people out. So that's,
especially with that check hook all day long. Yes, sir. But I tell you what, real quick, Henry, if you keep looking for the hook, you're going to eat right hands all day long. So you better don't get it twisted.
No, my son has a great right hand, and you might see it soon. You know, it's just that his signature punch is the left hook, but we've seen the rights, you know, so many times. It's just that these guys fall for it, man. Just they fall for it, and they don't know how to keep their hands up. And if they keep their hands up, you set them up to bring it down, and then boom, it's done. But you know what? Hey, there's so many weapons that Ryan has that people gotta look out for. And I'm telling you, you're gonna see it May 2nd, Friday night.
I will ask you this, and I will say this, as a father and going into this camp, because every fighter's going to say, I'm in the best shape of my life. Oh, I've never felt better. Henry, you've been around him from start to finish, as you said, since he was 7 years old.
Sure.
When do you see it? When do you truly see it and say, as if to say, hey, you know what? Okay, Ryan's ready. We've done everything. He's ready right now, today. Right now. I wish the first bell would ring right now, because I know he's ready. When do you see that? Have you seen it yet? Or are you, it's transitioning as we speak?
No, I seen it actually last week, the day before fight week, because the way he was punching and the way he was sparring, that was when I see something that I'm looking for and it's there, I go straight up to him afterwards, of course, and I say, you know, you're ready, right? And he'll tell me straight out, oh, I know I am. So all we gotta do is concentrate on the weight. That's it, you know, and a few pounds here and there, and that's it. But that happens during fight week. But when you know that your son is ready, you got to go up to him and tell him, hey, man, good work. You're ready. Because those punches are there. I can see it. He wobbles the sparring guys. I see it. And these are 14-ounce gloves. He's got a good snap. His hook is dangerous. His right is straight as an arrow. I mean, it's beautiful, bro. Beautiful. So when I see that and I see the conditioning part of it, that's when you got to, you know, embrace him and say, hey, good job.
I agree with you. Henry, he's in a position where he never has to fight ever again.
Yeah.
What lights his fire?
Well, competition. Competition, that's an easy one. You know, competition, he thrives on that. That's why he tells people, hey, I'll fight this guy, I'll fight this guy. Because he knows his ability, his technique. See, we've been doing this so long, Richard, that, you know, it's second nature now, bro. We fought over 225 fights as an amateur. We've seen it. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of styles. Hard hitters, fast hitters, slick hitters. We've seen them all. But we've achieved a lot too. And we've won. So it's, you know, the experience that we have is unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Wow.
You guys always go and you mind your own business. Why do people keep messing with you guys? You can't even get a public workout without somebody watching, taping, or just trying to instigate and throw you off focus.
Right.
Little do they know, all it does is continue to light that fire. I've said this about Ryan Garcia. I said, let a sleeping giant sleep. Don't go poking at him. Don't go motivating him, because he's there minding his own business. And there you go. Now, you woke him up again. So you're going to continue to bring out the best in him. When you think you're poking at him, you're having him explode to a higher, even higher level of boxing.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right, bro. You're hitting the nail right on the head right there too, because that's what incites him. That's what, you know, see, Ryan is a sleeping giant because he doesn't really say much. He's very humble. But I've always told people, don't get him upset. Don't give him something that he's going to have it in his mind and he's going to say, okay, well, see, now you made a mistake, because Romero Duno made a mistake. Fonseca made a mistake, you know, by telling people, oh, yeah, but, you know, he's just this. He's just a YouTube guy. He's just, I mean, these are things you're not supposed to say. Oh, he's ducking me. Don't say those things. Ryan's time is his time. But if you disturb his time, he's going to wake up and he's going to knock you out.
Here's the thing, and here's the facts, and I'm going to let you go because, you know, I could already tell you're thinking about that menu. Should I supersize it? Should I get the steak or whatever? I can read the cover right now, Coach Henry. I could read it.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
So
I haven't eaten since the morning, but, you know, and let me tell you why. Because, see, Richard, you, as a father, again, you have different hats. You have father and you have trainer. Okay, when he's training, I'm a trainer. I have to sacrifice with him. He's got to see it too. Yes. I'm not going to be having a burger in front of him or French fries.
Absolutely.
I can't do that.
Absolutely.
I can't do that, bro. That's not good. That's not love.
Respect the process.
That's respect. Respect your son as long as he, you know, of course he respects you too.
Absolutely.
But you got to have that neutral and equal respect, because that's important to him. So if he's making weight, I'm making weight.
That's right.
If he's ready to say, hey, I'm going to have a little bite, so guess what? I'm going to have a little bite. You know, and you gotta follow that journey, because it's only fair to all of us. Him especially, because he knows. He sees me more than Derek James. He sees me more than any other coach out there. He sees me like almost 24/7. So
I agree.
He knows me. I know him. Like I said, we understand what's happening, what it takes. And when we get in that ring, I love you, mijo. Do your thing. If you see it, take it. That's all. I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple. If you see it, take it.
Introducing Fightbook, the ultimate platform connecting fighters, promoters, matchmakers, and everyone in the fight game. Fightbook simplifies the matchmaking process and empowers fighters to take control of their careers. With Fightbook, you can post upcoming events, filter for fighters by availability, purse, weight class, location, and more. Matchmakers can find the perfect fit in seconds. No more endless texts or scattered social media searches. Upload contracts and medical records securely, track key dates, and get reminders to stay fight ready. No contracts, no commitments, just the tools you need to succeed. Fight Book, where fighters find their fights.
Always voiceography at its finest.
And trust me, bro, that's all the lesson I got to give them. The encouragement.
I agree with you because I've watched you. I've heard your comments you make. You're all about respect.
Yes.
Eddie Hearn said something and you let him know, but then when he started showing respect, Coach Henry went like this. Okay, well,
I
give my
swear.
respect.
And the only reason
now
why,
let's have a different conversation because it's all about respect.
And the only reason why, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the only reason why I stood a little quiet is because at that time, Ryan was not a welterweight. So when he mentioned Boot Ennis, to me it was like, who's that guy? You know, I never heard of Boot Ennis. I've heard of the 135 pounders and the 140s, but I never heard of the 147s. So people saw that as like, oh man, he got Coach Henry. He got him good. No, he didn't get. I was like, who's Boot Ennis at the time? And he even told me, oh, he's the champion. He's this and that. Now I know him. And you know why I know him? Because now he's in a weight class that my son is.
Absolutely.
See, now I know the guys. Mario Barrios, you know. These are guys that I know now because they're in that weight class. So you're not going to surprise me anymore.
I had a conversation recently with Richard Torres, the Olympian heavyweight. I spoke to his father, and I started mentioning him about other fighters, and he said, Richard, wait, Richard, let me stop you right there. All I concentrate and worry about, is my concern, is all the heavyweights because they're the ones who's going to share the ring with my son. I mean, I'm a boxing of what I know, but my concern, I'm staying in our lane, which is the heavyweight division. And just like you do the same thing.
Yeah.
And as well as you should.
As you should, because you're now in their world, or they're in your world now.
Yes.
It's like it's just a thin line now where it's like, okay, these are the only ones here. There's probably only 4 to be, competitive. There's 4 of them.
Yes.
And you got to understand that, it could be Teofimo, it could be Mario Barrios, it could be Jose Ramirez, it could be Haney again. But there's a few now that all you got to do is concentrate on. Don't worry about anybody else. You don't have to. You don't have to even worry about the weight classes. So when they mention this guy and this guy, bro, okay, fine. But I don't want to hear it because I don't have to. It does nothing for me. I just worry about who's on our lane. Who do we have to concentrate on?
Exactly. And they should not take it listen to this now. They should not take it as a disrespect. They should take it as respect for you as a father and as a parent and as a trainer, that all I focus is on who's in our lane. Don't get upset because I don't know who you are. I'm too busy focused on who's in our lane.
Right. I mean, that's true. I mean, and that's why I even stay in my own lane. And they should too. And when they mention a fighter that's 2 weight classes above, I don't even comment on that, bro. It's like, bro, are you kidding me? See, they don't know boxing. They don't know that the sacrifice that everybody makes for that weight class. And why are they there? They're there because they earned it. They have belts because they've earned it.
Yes.
Now you're in their category, or they're in yours, vice versa. But now you know who they are, and these are the guys that you're someday gonna face.
Agreed.
So be prepared, because they're gonna be there. Trust me, they're gonna be there.
Well, there's only one other person in boxing that has this star power, and I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter who mentions Ryan Garcia's name. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you sit there and say, oh, I want to fight Ryan Garcia. That doesn't matter. What matters is when Ryan Garcia says, hey, I want to fight this guy, and this guy. That's what matters, because that's who he wants to fight. And if you hear every single one, it's either a step up in competition or an advancement in weight. Or wanting to give. Ryan Garcia is the one who broke the ribbon. You know, like when you open up a new business, there's the ribbon cutting.
Right.
Well, everybody's facing each other now, finally. But Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis did the ribbon cutting. But Ryan Garcia is the one who cut it, because he said, I don't care what you want. I'll agree to any terms that you want. the best need to fight the best. And he's the one that says, you know what, guys, let's wake up. Boxing has a small window. I'm chasing greatness. I want to give the fans exactly what they want. Even though I got to push my body where it's never been before, I'm willing to do so for the fans and for the love of the sport. And he said, you know what, I'm going to cut the ribbon. Boom. The fight happened.
Perfect. And you know what? Yeah, rightfully so. Because Ryan is the first one that paved the way.
Absolutely.
You know, despite the conditions that we'll never do. You know, but Ryan made a point. Don't be afraid to fight somebody good, because, and I always tell people, you shouldn't say no to a good fight, because that could be your last opportunity.
Yeah.
And you probably blew not only the opportunity to win, but you also might have lost hundreds and thousands of dollars because of you being pompous or saying, no, I deserve more. No, bro, take it, because you might have just that one opportunity, and now you have none. And they moved on. And so now when you want to chase the rabbit, it's too late, bro. It's gone. My advice
And
to
I will
people,
say this before I let, yes,
yeah,
I
my
want to hear your
advice to
advice.
people is take what is in front of you. Please do that, because I'm telling you, opportunities are far and few. Okay? And when there's that light at the end of the tunnel, man, it might be yours. And you never know. You never know. It could be you. And you can, and that's why there's called upsets. Like, what the heck? What happened here, bro? It's because you took that challenge. See, whereas no, somebody else wouldn't. And you did. Now, who has the limelight? Now, who's the champion? You see what I'm saying? It's a beautiful sport, bro. And you got to understand
it. It is a beautiful sport. And it is a beautiful sport. And you need to respect the sport. And you need to respect individuals in the sport, because if you don't, it's going to come back on you and bite you in the butt. Because a lot of people said, did you see Ryan take that knee? Did you see him not get up? Every person that said that took a knee, tried to call timeout, or didn't get up, or said that wasn't a knockdown. And if I got to mention names, I'll mention the Crawfords, I'll mention the Frank Davises, et cetera, because they're great fighters. They are, just like Ryan Garcia is. Listen, if you're still competing,
it happens,
don't go pointing
it
the
happens
finger.
to the best of us.
Absolutely.
It happens to the best of us,
Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe Frazier,
Muhammad Ali got his jaw broken by, Foreman.
By Kenny Norton.
Yes,
absolutely.
by
when they fought
Frazier,
at Yankee Stadium, they said it was a draw. I thought Norton, had a little more that night.
Yeah. But what I meant was Frazier is the one who broke his jaw. But I mean, these are things that happen.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. And then he knocked him down in the was it the 11th or the 12th with that left hook?
I think it was 11th. I think so. But anyways, the bottom line is that he came back.
Yes, he did.
You see what I'm saying? So always remember, just like what I said about the opportunity, don't ever lose it, bro. Don't, because there's always a next time. I know Mayweather set the tone by, hey, keep the zero. Okay, that worked for a little bit. But let me tell you this, it shouldn't work anymore, because you're losing opportunities. And if you in your heart and your trainer or your dad thinks that you can win, take it, because you never know, bro. It could be your time. It could be your time, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it.
I'll receive that.
Whoever thought Buster Douglas would beat Tyson? Right?
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't.
I was already looking forward to the Holyfield fight.
But it was his time.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he took it. And that's a perfect example. So when it's your time, bro, take it, because there might not be another opportunity. Another Mexican guy who beat, what's his name? Joshua. Andrew
Ruiz. Actually, Henry, he came on the Fighters Voice podcast, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the future heavyweight champion of the world, and the Bible says you call things as if they are, as if they not, and we stood on it.
There you go. See, and that's there you go. That's what I'm trying to say, is that was the opportunity. He took it. But what if he didn't take it?
Yeah.
Win or lose, take it, bro. Because you could be set up for positive things in the future. Anyways, bro, we gotta go.
Okay. Tell the world how can we follow you? What's your Instagram? What's your channel?
Okay, my Instagram at Pro Coach Henry, and that Fierce Reflex bag that I've designed, it's www.fiercereflex.com. And we're collaborating with No Boxing, No Life. So that's a good thing.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right.
So as soon as we wrap up, stay on for 5 seconds. I got one word that I didn't want to say on the camera. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank our guest, Coach Henry Garcia. And you're going to see his son, Ryan Garcia, make history May 2nd. Get it on the Zone, Golden Boy Promotions, and make sure that you bring something to drink and something to eat. Have it with you, and don't blink after that first round.
Yeah, I like
As always,
that.
It's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.